Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are continuing our playthrough on Timberborn in Beavertopia. We are starting to build a megastructure for our industry now. At the end of last episode, as I kind of went and said, I was a little bit disappointed with the whole wind farms. I didn't really know how they worked, and so they have to be spaced they have to be spaced 3 apart or 2 apart every third square, so to say, so 1, 4, 7, 10. And so quickly in between the episodes, and I say quickly, it took me a little bit of time, which is why I did it in between the episodes. I went and did this. So I've got a massively expanded our wind farm platform. So it's now a very nice rectangular platform. All looks good. All looks all squared off. And so that is that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. We're going to keep things moving. One thing I do want to do is I'm actually going to get rid of this platform. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did actually do a stream with the Iron Teeth. And I have been playing, I say a little bit offline. This game's unbelievably addictive. And so I probably played it far more than is humanly healthy for any one living person in the last couple of days. But that is a matter for another time to discuss. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to rearrange this just so that I've got a shaft coming down here, because I was going to build a gravity battery station so that I can dampen out the fluctuations, because wind power, you know, it's hit and miss. And then obviously my current power, which isn't going to end up connected, is once again kind of hit and miss because of it relies on water. So during bad tides and droughts, we're not really going to have any effect of it going through. So down here, we are finishing off our floodgates. I realized I hadn't built a set of stairs, so that wasn't having anything happen with it. Also, we are going to... Now, I do need to sort out... Oh, beautiful. That's been finished. Wooden stairs. We do need to sort out our wood industry. Now, how far can I get? Ooh, not as far as I'd like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and stick another gatherer's flag just in here. Now, that can take most of this area, so... Wow, it gets as far as this guy. That's interesting. Crazy, but interesting. And so we can get up to this line here. So what I'm going to go and do is... We are mostly going to hit this up with pine for now, because we have logs, but it's not fantastic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say pine. And just up to where the houses are, I'm going to stick a whole bunch of pine in there. And so up to one past this, I am then going to go and actually stick a whole bunch of oak. And then behind the guy, I'm going to do pine again. I'm going to leave one spot free, just in case I want to build something there. Another teeth grinder? Probably not. Maybe something along those lines. Maybe a little storage hut for something or t'other. Who only knows? Now, of course, this is only supposed to be a small colony. It does have 3 free beavers. So there you go. There's 1. We still do have space for 2 more, though. Now... We also have, I mean, our industries, it's just about ticking along. I still do have planks. I still do have some gears. So, you know, all of this will continue to get built. It just takes time. And by time, I mean, oh my dear Lord, we could stare at this for a while. So I am going to also keep moving. And so we have storage here for gears. We must have storage for planks. I mean, we have, oh yeah, there you go. Planks are just up here. The logs are just up here. And then my food source, which is my berries, are just up there. Still getting lots of berries. We are here, both sides of the river. All the way into here. And now, you should actually encompass a fair amount of this, although you probably won't, so we won't do that quite yet. We won't bother jumping down to the next level and going for that. Now, of course, I do have to mark trees for cutting. Add those. Take away those. And I believe... So yes, I can only actually plant up to where I am. Let's also just go and clean that off a little bit. And would you look at that? They are starting to expand the... Oh, would you look at that? We have a wind farm online, ladies and gentlemen. Not connected to anything because we are building from both ends, so to say. We are building the wind farm on the left from District 1 and the giant industrial platform on the right from Area 2. Now, I can't remember what I did off-stream or in between, but I've also changed these for 4-way connectors so I can expand down. I don't know if that was part of the last stream or something I cooked up in the middle. And so, yes, so that is going to be our massive industrial park. That will take care of, fingers crossed, I mean, we have a pretty good wood industry. I can very easily grab another gatherer's flag just here. I'm going to tuck it in there, I think. Do you know what? No, it's all good. Let's just tuck it in there. If I want to get access back here, we do have the road, so that's not a problem. And food is also going along very nicely. We have a couple of potatoes, but they're all getting grilled, so that's all good. And something that I also need to do, which I think I did some of offline, but I probably need to go through and do it properly, is just assign priorities in terms of workers. It's a great tool. For instance, I usually have, there you go, my haulers down as a lower priority, because the basically way that goes for me is any spare beavers we have can help hump and dump stuff in between our workplaces. So we do have... Oh, this place is pretty much at capacity. It will be getting one more beaver technically, but obviously we'll always have a few kids. And so this place... Yep, this place will go up to 30 workers. Now, we've already got 7 free. So with that, what can we potentially do to help things move along in the right direction? Now, over here... Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? One of the things I really, really do need is lots and lots of science. So something I'm going to go and do. Now, I would love to be able to get the observatory. It does take power. However, in 0.75 hours, it gives me 10 science. This gives me 1 for 1. But the point is, right now, I have 7 free beavers. So, for the sake of 7 free beavers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because that is, in fact, 7 science per hour. That is almost a whole observatory. Now, I get it's a much bigger footprint. It looks ugly as sin. But... it is actually not a bad way to get the beavers going, because we do need a lot of science. That is quite often a choke point in this game, I find, is getting that science up and running. What we're also going to do is... No, you don't... this guy's side is missing 2 workers. 3 workers now, in fact. Well, we've got 3 kids. If they decide to grow up and pull their own weight, god damn it, then that'll be all good. But they're only haulers anyway, so that's fine. And over in this district, we have a slight log problem. So we are gonna hopefully improve that by getting this online. Oh, that's a good point. Let's make this a priority as well. Once he's online, I mean, you can start chopping down the birch trees already. And let's just go ahead and line up these 2. Just because, again, that gets it all going really well. And as you can see on this side, 1 is definitely enough. He is, although mostly he's actually, all of these are not being chopped down whatsoever, because he's just not getting to them, I suppose. He just doesn't get that far in. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to... I wish you could... Oh, there you go. I wish you could change things mid-growth, so to say. Hang on, oak. There you go. There you go. Let's basically plant... All I'm going to do is I'm going to plant 3 rows, because we've got plenty back here to cover it, of oak. What I'm going to do is say, don't plant those. And then when I can, I'm going to come and make sure... That's a good point. Oh, can I in fact... No. But I can cover that one because it is in fact already an oak tree. And as he gets through these trees... Oh, we've got a couple more back there that can be planted. We will change them for oak. He should keep going with all of these back here. And the oak trees, of course, they get us 8 wood instead of 2. Much more efficient. Hence why I've also kind of 50-50'd this place down here. Now, this guy will help a little bit with a couple of the trees. And so we need to just fill in these blanks as well because it looks terrible. And oh my god, we can't... Why can't we get rid of that? Oh, because there's a tiny, tiny birch tree. That would be why. Okay, and then back over here, we are growing this beautifully. We are getting much more science coming in, which is just absolutely fantastic. Using up some of those free beavers to start to get past this choke point, because we do need to unlock several things. One being the smelter. That costs us a lovely 300. We could... Ah, they cost us paper. We're not quite in our paper industry yet, which is something else we have to unlock. And something else I would also really like to get on the go is I would quite like another forester up here. Let's have a quick look. I mean, you get all the way down to that. I think that's fine. I would quite like for this area up here. Now, I had an idea. Part of it was going to be pine. Part of it's going to be maple. Go ahead and chuck him down there for now. Now, of course, we are at capacity. And we still have 4 free jobs. Oh, bad tide approaching. That's never a good thing. Now, what do we have here? Height of 0.8. Fantastic. Let's go and put this up to a height of 0.8 so we can basically flood this area a bit more. That will eventually overflow before... That should overflow before the bad tide and make sure it's all filled up. And so something else I want to do... And... I think I am just gonna go simple for this. I'm just gonna use dams. I'm gonna block this off. Simply because there are future plans for bad tide. Basically, when we get a bad tide, I want to block off a channel here. And then I'll open this and the bad tide will all flow down here. Now, of course, sluices would make this much, much easier. However, I don't have sluices yet because I don't even have metal yet. There's something else I have to unlock. Never mind, of course, everything else. Something else we would love access to is bad water, which we do have over here. So, thinking of our bad water game. Now, here's our district center. Here is our lovely connection point. Let's just go and... I mean, there's absolutely no reason why not to. Go and chuck him there. Build up to there and simply tell whoever turns up to munch on these trees. That'll just help clear the area, basically. No available workers in the district. How terrible. We should have a few more turning up here and there. We currently have 20 with 5 kids. That's all good. I'm actually going to... Well, then apparently we do have a worker now. We do have a worker. Someone just grew up, and congratulations, Catzine. You are being sent to the Badlands. I hope you enjoyed. And then, what we want is to start our bad water industry as well. This is going to be a bad water pumping area. And so what we want is... I'm going to stick one pump there. There you go. That cost me 250 science. We do love a good bit of cost. I'm going to go and stick that there. And on top of you, we get another bad water pump. That then means I'm actually going to path this straight down to here and off here. And so this is our bad water area. Now I would like to eventually divert this and get access. This is a future plan. I mean, we have plenty of metal where we are for the time being. That is something I would quite like to get done. Okay, bad tide is coming. Let's open you guys up. Let's close you off. I was supposed to open this to let the bad tide through. However, we have a slight logging problem. I'm going to come and say, someone come please and demolish this. Highest priority. Now, I do need to do this one at a time, because even doing it this way... Oh, the beaver might get himself stranded. Yay, he did it the right way around. Let's go and demolish this. Again, we'll call that high priority. Just to allow all of the bad water to drain properly. Good, good, good. That means the flow is not restricted. And so we are shut off here and here. This should all be fine. Now, of course, yes, we unfortunately do lose our power, which means we lose our plank industry, which is always a very big shame. Of course, we have our very dedicated windmill up and running. Absolutely love it. Now, once again, yes, we do have a slight logging problem. Oh, there you go. All this area is, well, it's just not going to make it, quite frankly. Because, although that's the bad tide over. That was a very fast bad tide. Wow. Now, of course, yes, we could block off here, which is the dream, which would force all of this to come around here, which would be absolutely fantastic. Now, how we, of course, are getting lots of contaminated beavers. So I say that, none of them are even unwell yet, which makes me think that this is not massively contaminated yet. Oh, there you go. Look, these things, these trees did... Oh, a few did. He's replanted them. These trees didn't even get around to dying. Wow, would you look at that? Now, of course, we do have a slight problem because this is a bit of a slow area in terms of contamination and freshening up. But then, of course, that's also why it's a bit of a slow area in terms of getting contaminated as well, which is why I think we got away with no contaminated beavers, which is fantastic. So like I went and said, we are currently building. It's all going pretty well. We are a little bit low on logs, although we have actually started to get some back, which is fantastic. Let's go and get this area replanted of what we can. Some more oak trees down. And now that that solitary leftover birch is gone, we can get that down as well. Okay, this is looking pretty clean. I'm going to open this one. Start to allow that through. Let's close this back off. There you go. A little bit contaminated, but I mean, like I said, I haven't even had any sick beavers, so that should all be fine. That will wash through. And this is on 0.85. Like I said, that will eventually wash through. We can... Let's drop that down at a quick bit. Just flow through the water a little bit. And then put it back up. Just helps it flow through. Helps it kind of spread out and deconcentrate. And of course, we'll keep this sealed off until we have completely... Until I'm happy this has been cleaned out, basically. Because if we get contaminated water in here, it will get stuck. But it's all good. Pumps are still running. Everything's still moving. You have finished. Yes, you can disappear now. Thank you for your service in the Badlands. It was much appreciated. I saw those trees. Tasted lovely. So that's going to keep building. The platform is most of the way there. We are starting to move along. We will be ready for our industry soon-ish. As for this side, well, we're getting a good bit of the platform done as well. And so over here, we do now need to build our path going across. Go and path that up. And then eventually we'll also get this dam done. And so hopefully that means that all of this will come down here and I can flood up through here. Now I do want to, again, I want to be able to stop bad water probably coming in here. I mean, I did kind of want to do a channel to keep flow, and then I was going to do a whole bunch of water wheels for power. But I would kind of like to flood this area. And so if I can keep bad tide out altogether, I open this up, I put something in here to stop the flow of water. Well, I'd probably do it down here, in fact. To stop the flow of water. Get the water coming through here. And that gives me all of this, probably, as green land. Which would be very nice indeed. And then, of course, by that point, we'll probably also be thinking of some good old-fashioned dynamite. So things can really start to move along. Now, I'm going to go and do a little bit of redesign. Now, we've already got a whole bunch of birch trees here, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go and pull that birch trees. Now, we of course want a burgeoning maple industry as well. Now, I know the Tapper's Shack is 4 cells big. Let's go and put that in there. I'm leaving a gap so we can basically run a road around into the Tapper's Shack. And then all of that can be maple. And so that will basically be a small bit of road. So that'll be that, and that'll be that. Now, I do also want to keep growing other things that also come from this. I was going to hopefully grab, this is all blueberries. So I wanted to get a nice dandelion area as well, which I think I'm going to, again, just because I can, go and stick you there. And just because I can. Now, I know it probably makes a bit more sense to leave these ready for the Tapper. However, I'll put you on high priority. They're all going to regrow long before I build the Tapper, because this will be grown. This will be built at some point. And like I said, those are all going to be long before I end up getting that Tapper. So now you can actually reach this whole area. So I might not even have to go and build another gatherer flag. We'll have to see what happens when I go and... In fact, you know what? Let's just go and build one. Why not? It's not going to do me any harm. I've got a lovely gap there I've just gone and seen before another blueberry bush turns up. Go and chuck someone in it, guys. Let's just go and chuck someone in it. Now I have told you to... Whoops, wrong one. Be priority. It's also just get you to be priority, because it doesn't take anything to build it, basically. Hammers a few things down, and before you know it, you got a couple of gathering stations. Over here, how are we looking? 10 free beavers. Wow, and look at that. Our science is skyrocketing. That is fantastic. What I'm going to go and build over here, just double check, you're up at 4, is... Oh, builder's hut. We have a lot of building to get done. Go and call you a priority. That can basically help us do all of this. Now, I say it can help us do all this. We're still kind of short on those good old-fashioned resources. And how are we looking? We have lots of logs, lots of logs, lots of logs, lots of logs, and lots of logs. Okay, so I don't have any kind of problem with getting logs into my industry. We do now have, look at it, we're up to 150 logs now. So that is also coming along absolutely beautifully. So logs are not a problem. Neither is supplying our logs a problem. How are you doing in terms of... Oh, you're all working on half horsepower. So something we definitely need, ladies and gentlemen, is some more power. So to go ahead and get that done. Now, of course, we are building a whole new power area. But I guess we're just going to have to go and do something down here as well. No, a water wheel. Now, do I go for 2 or do I just attempt to go for 1? Oh, wow, that's because power is pretty diabolical. You're up at a height of 1. You're up at a height of 1. You're at a height of 0.85. Are we... I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be flowing. Well, not really, actually. That's definitely blocked off. There seems to be almost no flow whatsoever. I think because I've opened this, and I haven't blocked this off yet, all of the flow is diverting, and I'm getting almost nothing. So I think, in essence, I have killed my own flow. I have broken my own groove, ladies and gentlemen. I have broken my own groove. So I've just gone and deleted that, and then I've realized I probably don't actually need this extra water wheel. But do you know what? Why not? What harm can it go and do? Now I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't want to block off the water wheel itself. Although they can probably get the water wheel from the water. As you do. Let's go and stick that in there. That'll be a future project. But no, I have gone and basically killed my own water system. So I'm going to say prioritize all of these, please, because I need to redirect the water back around here. Because right now, I think, like I said, I think I've gone and killed it. There's a very, very slow meander. I'm going to see you at 0. No, it has to be 0.8. I need both of these areas to start flooding. And it doesn't really seem to be happening. This is, oh yeah, it's got a slow bit coming in. Oh wow, power output is so bad. Okay, oh, actually, more to the point, I realized I've also just gone and made a slight mistake. I want... all of these to, in fact, be... levees. And then we can go ahead and add that. That'll just help redirect the water flow through the wheels. Oh, wow. It's just so slow. It's so bad. I mean, look at the speed of this. And then look at the speed of this. It's quite bad, folks. It's quite bad. And it should... I mean, it should be going quite well. I have tried to learn the mechanics of what affects water speed in the game. And having a mildly jagged thing... Look, it's slightly drying up. That's how bad the water flow is. What have we got? Aha! We do have the platform. Come on, let's... It's going to take a lot of logs. Oh, wow. It's just not a problem anymore. In the slightest. Now, of course, we do need more beavers. This is something that I think I thought about 20 minutes ago when I started the stream, and I haven't actually got around to fixing yet. So, more beavers, he says. Now, that's the type of shack, that's that. Did I not tell you to eat trees? Oh, missed a couple. Let's go and get... And now just... Oh yes, good old double lodges. Go from the top. Now I have been told, which I think is fantastic, you can in fact stick double lodges in the water because the entrance is on the top, and anybody who sleeps there gets wet fur. How amazing is that? Fortunately, we're not quite at that stage because I can't be trusted with a bad tide. And so... I'm going to put the entrances in the middle again. And we need a couple of double platforms. We'll make that a couple more. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. I've gone and done that at the correct level. Staircases are a lot of fun on this game, folks. A lot of fun. Then we do that there. We connect that up to the front. And we have space for one more house when we finally get there. Oh, we have blocked off one. Now, of course, let's see how it goes, because this could all just overflow. You never know. But I'm hoping that I don't mess this up. I'm hoping that by blocking it off, it starts to redirect the water flow back down here. It already looks like it's having somewhat of an effect. It is. We've gone from an average of 15 to 25, and we're up to 35 to 40. So we are starting to turn things around a little bit. We still have a flow of 2 going through. Now, maybe I should have blocked this off with levees. We will see if this was potentially not the smartest of all ideas. And so how are we looking elsewhere? I mean, like I said, yeah, we're starting to get some flow back. Still not enough. I mean, our water wheels are massively underpowered. Like I said, I have a feeling it's... I mean, yeah, look at the speed coming down here. This all comes down here, and so much of it actually goes that way. So what I want to do in terms of that path thing, I can do, but I would actually have to block this off first. Or in essence, potentially more like block this off. And simply tell it to send bad water one way and good water another. Now, I don't quite know how the design would go in my head. Like I said, I need something with 2 gates. I would potentially do a little, like, 2-part variance thing. Now, of course, yeah, now nothing's going to be moving whatsoever. However, let's see how this acts after we've gone and gotten past the drought. So yes, we have a lot of logs. How are we doing over here as well? We have 3 people who are just bored. We've gone and built our builder's hut, but then the problem is we're kind of a little bit shy of planks. However, we do have the first bit of power hooked up, supplying us with a decent bit of power most of the time. And so with that, let's go and get 2, for now, lumber mills. Look at that. Instantly building pretty much. Why? Because we have the logs available. Have the logs, will build. Let's go and make these a priority. Let's up our population. I mean, this is going to take basically a fair bit of time longer because unfortunately we just don't have the materials. We need a lot of logs and planks basically, and our plank industry has come to a grinding halt, unfortunately. Which is probably why we have so many logs. This basin is slowly emptying back round the long way. As like I said, yeah, we'll have to see how this holds up when water comes back. And then, yes, we have to kind of send people for a bit of a run, block this off, open this up. This will all then start coming back through here. Although that is after, as I said, we have gone and sorted out our bad tide problems. Which I think a nice... I'm going to kind of place it. Now, it's not going to be built for a very long time. Because we don't have sluices for a start, and plus we're not going to get down here for a little while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put sluices in there and say open when clean, and put sluices in there and say open when contaminated. All of that should flow around here. Rejoin this pool, at which point it's this pool's problem during a bad tide. We just need to make sure, however, that this will hold. I might, in fact, have to go and replace them with levees, to be perfectly honest with you. In fact, I think I am going to have to do that, so you know, let's just do that already. Let us... Come get your 15 logs, folks. Come get your 15 logs. You are not yet pathed. You will be once I can get some planks. No reason to waste logs. Now, I could just go and build it directly behind it. Or directly in front of it, in fact. You know, I'm just going to actually go and build it directly in front of it. Because that also just basically means that go and path it just so they can get access. I can, in fact, now just go and delete all three of these. They can pick up the logs at their leisure. No, let's go for... What the... Is everybody seeing this? Where did this guy come from? This is the most expedition-orientated beaver I have ever seen. You are no longer needed. That was strange. Now, we want to go and get some more pine in there. We will probably then go and stick, as I said, some dandelions in there. Go and get all of this constructed or picked up, whichever way around they want to do it. Just gonna remove that. We'll keep the path for now, and even after we've gone and built, because I mean, it's always useful. We are almost through our drought. Everything's looking pretty good. Like I said, once this is built, it'll see. Hopefully it'll hold. It should do. Because, I mean, this was holding, and it had two of them flowing towards it. This flowing around here should hopefully be less powerful than it flowing through here. We'll find out, though. Yes, and so eventually I will open this up. And this looks like a beautiful area for water power. Along with just all of this. And then maybe stick a wind farm up on here. Connect it all to the wind farm. The wind farm then comes down into here. And all of this area Or it's pretty much just going to be a giant water park for the beavers' entertainment. Maybe an aquatic farm as well. Moreover, who knows? There you go, future plans, ladies and gentlemen. Future plans. And let's just watch to see if this has gone and worked, because we are pretty much coming to the end of the episode. I mean, I could keep going. I could play this game for hours. Trust me, I have. It's addictive. It's unputtable downable. And yeah, you can just keep on going. Now that gets slowed down a bit there. That doesn't. Let's see how we're doing. 3 in. Sharpening his teeth. Always a worthwhile endeavor. Now, of course, this grindstone is very much kind of out of place now. We've got these two down here, and we've got this guy up here. So I'm actually going to go and relocate my said grindstone. I'm going to go and chop out this pit path. And I'm going to stick my grindstone, eeny, meeny, miny, mo grindstone, just in here. That one can be... Oh, obviously I'll demolish it once I've built the new one. Let's not get hasty. This area is very slowly being filled up. Now, does that actually stop this water, I'm wondering? Or, no, I think there's a very... Do we flow diagonal? No, we do not. What's the point? So is that increased flow coming back here? Of course, we're going to finish it off anyway, because it just looks nicer. But yes, that water doesn't flow diagonal. That should hopefully have... I mean, I would like to think hopefully sped this up a little bit more. Where's my all my constructions gone? There you go. Do you know what? I'm going to go and unlock those sluices. I am going to go and... Because if you start to create corners where the flow doesn't go, it basically just takes longer to clean out. Now I am going to make a slight corner, kind of. It's going to go into there. That's then going to get replaced by another sluice. This way. There you go. And so that is, in essence, going to be my bad water container. So, yep, that stopped that beautifully. That's not coming through there anymore. Our water wheels, look at that. Look, we've actually... Although that's not... I don't know, the flow's still not great. 32 still. Yeah, that is, kind of diabolical. That is a height of 0.8. Not that that should really make a difference with this. This is a height of 0.85. That is not overflowing yet. So it should do eventually. We are filling up. There you go. That's coming a little bit better. These are now back up to 100. There you go. I mean, it just took a long time, I think, because technically we had to get to the block points. Now we have more flow coming through here. That's overflowing. That's overflowing. This will hopefully now be overflowing. Where's he gone? Oh, it's this here. Yep, that's now overflowing. Back up to a respectable power. Kind of. It seems to be wavering. Now it's stopped again. Yep, we definitely need a little bit more. I mean, that one wasn't the best placed. That and the levee could ideally be swapped around. I think that's all good. There you go. Powers... I think maybe it's just equalizing. Does happen. No, it's now stopping again. There's a little bit of a surge thing going on. If I was to put that height up, so that now all of it should come down here. We're not sharing any water through to here. There you go. Now we're hitting those numbers. It was because I had this open. Now our plank production can continue. There you go. Look at it go. Look at it go. We also have our plank production going on in here as well. Well, we do as long as we have power. We need a little bit of wind. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, that is the end of the episode. They always go a bit longer. You get addicted when it comes to this game, and you just keep going, and then you keep going, and then you keep going some more. And so, like I said, on that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end. Thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until next time, I'm going to go and place a smelter. I hope you all, as per always, stay happy, healthy, and safe.